So imagine this. I'm in Miami. I'm at the pool. I'm relaxing. I'm getting a tan. And then I get a call from my friend Anna. Is calling me crying. DeAndre, I'm supposed to launch my program in 3 days. I have no videos recorded. I don't know how to sell this. I don't know how to price it. Can you help me? And I'm at the pool just chilling, relaxing, and I'm trying to work with her, and it's just not working out. It was this call that Anna gave me that would not only change Anna's life, but it would change my life forever as well.
I'm so thankful to DeAndre for helping me into this new journey for me.
So there are many people that feel just like Anna. They're really good at what they do. They're really good at building an audience, but they're not good at the business side, especially when it comes to launching online programs and different things like this. What would you do in this situation? Would you help your friend if she called you crying like this, asking you for help? And I did. If you're a good person just like me, I ended up helping Anna. So I agreed to go and spend some time with Anna down in Miami. And this was the thing with her. She had an Etsy course. So quick story about Anna. Anna's really good at Etsy. She did over $4 million selling on Etsy. But what happened was a lot of people were asking her, hey, Anna, can you teach us how to sell on Etsy? Can you teach us how to sell on Etsy? And so what she did was she watched a couple of YouTube videos and tried to put together a course. But when she set a date for when she was launching it, she was so set on this date. Like, I'm launching on this date. But yet when it came to only 3 days before her actually launching, she was not ready at all. So she had no choice. And I was the friend here, that had done, 7 figures in online courses. So she called me and I decided to help her. So flying into Miami, I had to get really clear with Anna. It's like, okay, Anna, if you're going to do this, first step is you gotta listen to me. You got to listen to me and you got to submit and listen to the things that I'm going to say. Because if you do it, number one, your customers are going to get results. Number two, you're going to have a successful launch. And number three, you're going to make a lot of money. So those are the things that were so important. So flying into Miami with Anna, here's what I had to sit with her. And this is what I recommend for you is you have to get clear on your offer. You see, she was selling Etsy, but she didn't know exactly how to position herself. She only wanted to, sell her course for only $300, but she had done over $4 million in sales, making, I think it's close to like $2 million on Etsy. But yet she only wanted to sell her coaching for $300. And I said, Anna, no. First of all, you're really good at what you do. Second step is you have to charge a lot of money, because what's going to happen is you're going to attract high quality people into your program. And let me ask you, do you want high quality people coming into your mastermind, coming into your community? And her answer was yes. And probably like you want to attract high quality people into your community. Well, if you want to have those people that are high quality and get results and do the homework, then you got to charge a higher price. The more expensive you charge, the higher quality customer is going to come into your ecosystem and is more likely to do the work. So that was the first thing we had to go. We had to take her pricing from $300 to $3,000. Now, I'm not going to lie. I told her she should have been between 5 to 10K, but she was so nervous. So that was the next thing, is she was so nervous on charging that much money because she had a self-image issue, right? She thought, who's going to pay me for coaching for $3,000 to teach them how to do Etsy? And that's a problem that a lot of people getting in the coaching space, you can call it imposter syndrome, you can call it whatever you want. But a lot of times, especially when people are really good at building community, when they're really good at what they do and they've never been in the coaching space or business space, when they're going to launch to their community, they have this sense of like, oh my gosh, are people going to pay me a high ticket price, $3,000, $5,000, $6,000? And the answer is yes, because you have gotten results, and that's what people will pay for. We talked about it in the community group, 2 things. When people will pay you a high ticket price, if you can help them make money, help them save money, or help them compress time frames. So when it came to Etsy, she was teaching people how to learn what she did in 3 years of Etsy and compress it into 6 weeks, not only to make more money, but to save them more time. So I had to first of all get this in Anna's head. Anna, you need to get that thinking out of your mind that you're charging somebody $3,000, because what you're doing is you're saving them $20,000, $30,000, maybe $100,000 worth of time, energy, mistakes for taking your program. So that's why we got to raise up that self-image. We got to raise up your standards of yourself so that way you feel confident to charge the prices that you want. So she didn't listen to me. She didn't charge 5,000. She ended up going with 3,000. So I said, okay, that's great. So we honed in on her offer, number one. We honed in on her pricing, number two. The next thing we had to do was we had to actually structure out her course, because the mistake that she was making, that a lot of people make, is she was recording videos. No, don't record any videos until people pay you. It's called proof of concept. That's the number one mistake. Make sure you get proof of concept before you launch anything. I don't care if you're launching merch. I don't care if you're launching a program or anything. Proof of concept is basically when the marketplace actually pays you in advance for a pre-launch version of your program or your product or whatever that you're launching. And what this does is it lets you know that the market is validating your offer. It's validating your product. It's letting you know that the product is the industry is actually interested in what you have to offer, and your messaging, the offer, the pricing, and in everything. So imagine this. Imagine you're going to launch a product or a program, and you're going to spend the next 2, 3, 4 months, spend $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000 recording and editing and all this time to launch it, your product, and nobody buys. How devastating would that be? You see, that's a mistake that many entrepreneurs make, whether it's a program or a product. You need proof of concept. Proof of concept is letting people buy your product in a pre-launch phase before you ever launch it in public. So that was the next thing we had to do, is we had to actually map out something called their MVP, minimum viable program. What that means, or minimum viable product. That means that what is the minimum amount of information that you need in order to sell it? Not to conduct it, but just to sell it. So the cool thing is, what are the 6 things that you need in a 6-week program that in order for somebody to purchase your program? For example, what's week number 1? What is the first step that somebody needs when launching their product or the step? What's the second step? What's the third step? What's the fourth step? What's the fifth step? And so on and so forth. I don't want to go too deep into it, but all you need is that. What's the step 1 through step 6? So when somebody starts off in your coaching, your expertise, or whatever it is that you're going to teach, what's step number 1 and all the way to B, like A through B or A through Z, whatever you want to call it. What are those steps? And then you get that on a piece of paper, and that's it. That's all you need to map out your program. You don't need to record any videos. You don't need to record anything. That's it. Okay. Next step is what do you say on the phone? You know, especially when you're doing a soft launch to your community and something like this. I said, Anna, you don't need sales skills. You don't need anything too crazy with this. All you need to do is communicate the value that you're going to offer them. You see, people exchange their dollars for the value that they're going to give. And most importantly, people will only exchange their dollars if they feel they're going to get more value in exchange for the money that they're giving. So for example, let's just say somebody's going to give you $5,000 for something. They believe that whatever they're getting is actually worth more than the $5,000. So it's your job as a creator in the high ticket space or program or product, whatever it is that you sell or a service, to offer more in exchange than for the dollars that you're asking for. And that's the only way that you're actually going to be successful when it comes to offering something. So I said, Anna, you don't need any sales skills. You don't need a sales script. You know, that's for cold audiences. You're launching to your own people. So it's okay. Let's relax. We know what you're going to sell. We know how much we're going to sell it for. We've already mapped out your 6-week program. Now all we got to do is get people on the phone. Here's what we're going to do, Anna. We're going to go on your Instagram story, right? And then we can do a couple of things. We can go on your Instagram story and we can say, hey guys, I'm doing a little launch. I'm doing a soft launch of my program. If you're interested, send me a direct message. That was the first thing we did. Second thing we did is we got her a community group. What we wanted to do is take all the 10,000 followers she has on Instagram and consolidate, say, who are the 1% of people that are actually interested in what she has to offer, because not all 10,000 people that are following her are. Some of them are. So let's funnel those people into a group and let's pour into them. Let's give them some free value and see who's actually interested in working with you at a higher level. So we got a community group together. And so that was the steps now. You see how we went from Anna coming crying. I'm over here relaxing at the pool and Anna comes crying to only, by the way, this is all within one day. We're sitting down and we've got all this done with just maybe 6 to 7 hours worth of work. And then we're already getting people on the phone. So I said, Anna, here's your next step. You're going to do a launch and you're going to get these people on a call. And then this is what you're going to say. And I remember like it was yesterday. This is 3 months ago, by the way. So this is fairly recent. And Anna calls me. And right after the launch, she did like a little launch webinar, and she had booked 10 appointments on her very first launch. 10 sales calls, 10 people actually interested in her product. And she was so elated. She was so excited. Can you imagine that? You're coming to the first time and people are excited in your product and people are excited to what you have to offer. And she knew exactly what she had to do. I said, Anna, this is your time. This is your time to serve people at the highest level. This is your time to show them what you're going to offer them. And so I walked her through one more time what she was going to say on the call. And then she conducted those Zoom calls. It was a Monday. So now it comes Monday night, and I'm expecting to hear from Anna to see what's going on. And that first day, she enrolled 2 students. I was like, congratulations, Anna. So what's going on with the other calls? Well, this happened and this happened and this happened. And instantly in my intuition, I said, oh, it was just the sales skills that she was missing, but that's okay. She enrolled 2 people, but she needed a little bit of help when it came to the sales side, right? Because selling high ticket things, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, it's a skill that most people don't have. But once you learn that skill, you get really good at it. You'll never be broke, and you'll be able to really serve people at the highest level. Because a lot of people, when spending that kind of money, they just need a level of confidence that they've never had before. And that's going to come from you being confident in your product and what you have to say. So I said, Anna, do this. Call them again and say this. Say this. Say this. And she was like, wait. I can call them back, but why would I call them back? We already had a call an hour ago, 2 hours ago. I said, Anna, trust me, say this and let's get them enrolled. And it was just basic objections like, oh, I want to think about it, or this, and that. But I needed to teach her some things like fast acts and bonuses. Actually, subscribe below, because in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to actually do high ticket sales. I've done over 6,000 high ticket sales calls, enrolling over 300 people into my high ticket programs over the last couple of years. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll take you through everything you need to say on a sales call, just like I did with Anna. So I get back to Anna. I said, Anna, say this to them and call me back when you're done. And I challenged her, do it right now. Don't do it tomorrow. Do it right now. And she did. And she called me back and she enrolled another student. That's it. Her first day, she enrolled 3 people. 3, if you count that, that's $9,000 in her very first day. And this is only within a week, right? She calls me crying, and I had to do some other stuff. And I said, I'll fly into Miami. I had to go on a little road trip. I came back. I sat with her for a day, and this is what happened. But that's not the end of the story. It was the next day that she enrolled more students, but check this out. Somebody was interested in her one-on-one, and she calls me and she's like, DeAndre, somebody's interested in working with me one-on-one. What should I charge? Maybe $7,000. I said, no, Anna, charge $15,000 for 3 months. Trust me, charge that price, and that's the guy that's going to give you the best results and the best testimonials. And she's like, what do I say for $15,000? I don't even have a way to collect $15,000. So we scrambled. We put together a quick little document. And I said, okay, Anna, here's what you're going to say. Say this, and say this, right? She called, and I said, do it and call him right now. The call should only be 30 minutes. She calls me back about an hour later. I was getting a little nervous. I thought, okay, it's a little too long. And she calls me screaming, DeAndre, I got my very first one-on-one client for $15,000. He said yes. And you know how excited I was as a friend to be able to help her, because I didn't charge her for this. I was doing this all for free. I like I said, I've been doing this for some time, and I was like, you know what? Let me just help my friend for free. But check this out. Let that roll for another 30 days, and Anna enrolled over 35 people at a price tag of $3,000 and one $15,000 one-on-one client in her very first 30 days of launching her high ticket program. And that's it. She literally went from 0 to 100 grand in her very first month. Now, I want you to think about this. She already had an audience, but what she was missing was just the foundation of what it means to launch a high ticket program. And so I want to leave you with 3 little tips here that I have so that you can take some stories away from this, and so that you can have a successful launch for your product, service, or program. So step number 1 is this: leverage your friend group. See, Anna was not afraid to call me. You know, I was going to answer the phone. And this is why it's really good to have good connections, right? Have a good friend group. If you have a friend that's really good at something, ask them for their help. Hey, if you have somebody that's really good at TikTok or YouTube or social media or sales, call them, ask them for some help. Especially if you have good reciprocity and good relationship with that person, they will help you. And if you make a lot of money, it's okay to pay them and help them out, you know, but leverage your friend group. That's number 1 that Anna did really well. Number 2, Don't be afraid to ask for help, right? That's a little bit different. This comes more from an internal, right? Like sometimes we have an ego, like we got to figure it out. We got to know everything. We got to know the sales and we got to know the program and we got to know what we're teaching. It's okay to ask for help. You see, like within my mastermind group, here's what I tell my clients. I say this: I'm the guy that's going to teach you how to scale your business. I'm going to focus on the ads and the content marketing and the sales and hiring and all that. I want you to be good at what you're good at. If you're good at Etsy, be good at Etsy. If you're good at fitness, be good at fitness. Get your clients results and you just focus on that, what you're teaching. But let me teach you and show you how to actually scale and grow your business. That's what this mastermind is about. Right? So my friends, they ask me for help. I ask them for help. And it becomes this community of us coming together all in the same mission. And that's the purpose of a mastermind. And the third and final one here is step out of your comfort zone. I kid you not. One of the lessons I learned from Bob Proctor is something called the terror barrier. The terror barrier is that first, that line that you hit when you're afraid, when you're about to do something brand new and you don't know if it's going to work out and you're afraid. What if it fails? It's like a wall there. And if you blast past that terror barrier, you're going to see massive success on the other side. So those are the big 3 takeaways that I can share with you, helping Anna go from 0 to 100K a month. And guys, if you can do it, if she can do it, you can do it. Get out of your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to get out there and do something special. Take your skills to the next level and just learn a lot of things. Guys, go ahead and subscribe below. I wanted to share this story because I haven't publicly shared it with anybody, and Anna allowed me to publicly share it. And if you want to find any resources, I have a free community group where I teach you how to do all this stuff for free. And there's actually a challenge where I help you get your very first client. I'm not selling anything, just want to give you guys everything that I've learned over the last couple of years. So guys, thank you so much for subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.